Your Comedy Minute YouTube Live number 102. How are you? The live isn't on for me. Time to hear some funny. Jacob is the sound in the picture okay? I got everything kind of going here. Okay, never mind. My good friend Yellow Feet Purple Bananas, it's her birthday was the 27th. So happy belated birthday, Yellow Feet Purple Bananas 37. Oh, my good friend from Ohio, YouTube commenter. I hope your brother Chris Bean is well. It's good to have you guys here. I'm going to try and do one of these a month. I may do it more often, but I miss you guys, and thank you so much. How is the sound and picture? I'm still, I guess I'll be fighting this as long as I live. But anyway, let's start as we always do with the Web Water Credo. Let me know if the sound's okay, because I can move this mic. Sound and picture, good. Okay, good. I miss you too. Sound and picture looks amazing. Good. Very happy about that. That's important to me. Let's start with the Web Water Credo. Work hard, rock hard, eat hard, sleep hard, grow big. We've got 11,100. Right before I came on, it was up to like 11,198 because the joke I did, which I decided to do for you guys, blew up. It's a couple, I don't know, 1,800, 2,000. What's the best way to please a woman in bed? Let her sleep. 5,020,482 views. There's 5,500 videos up. There's a little boy, he's walking to school and he's late. And the teacher says, why are you late? He says, well, I saw a dead cat. Teacher said, you saw a dead cat? How do you know it was dead? Well, I pissed on it. You pissed on it? Yeah, I got down and I went, pss, 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 and it didn't move. Scotty's here. Human Tashin, how are you? I wanted to start with a little simple joke. Elon Musk has a company called Neuralink. I don't know if you guys saw this. On Monday, he announced that he implanted his first chip into someone's brain, into a human being's brain. Now, I'm going to take a sip from my Your Comedy Minute coffee mug. Please feel free to purchase one, so you can let that soak in. I've been doing stories for 4 years now, and I first reported about Elon Musk and Neuralink putting chips into people's head a few years ago, and he finally accomplished that goal. He got on Monday, he announced he put a chip in someone's brain. I'm just gonna come up for air for a second. I saw Elon Musk sound before, pretty awesome. Okay, well, no, Yellow, and I want you guys to take a second to think about this. Now, we've got a chip in someone's brain, which, for me growing up, the movie The Terminator and, robots and robotic people and, like the Jetsons, it's getting closer and closer. And now we finally have someone with a chip in their brain. Now there's two schools of thought. If someone is dumb as hell, let's use him in Tashin. Let's say he was dumb as hell. And you put a chip in there, and all of a sudden he's bright as shit. He'd be like, that's amazing. Or you take someone like Yellow Feet Purple Bananas, who's really smart, and you put the chip in, and all of a sudden she's eating shit out of the air. She's dumb as hell. But that's just one. That's going down this way. Let's go down this way. Now, suppose the chip causes some problems. Like if you're cooking, you go over to the microwave. That's That's a thought. That's a little thought. But even worse, imagine, imagine if you would, imagine if you would, the new guy that got the chip in his brain, he's pissing. It starts shorting out. Hey, Mr. Musk. Yeah, this is Cletus. You put that chip in my brain. And yeah, that damn thing short. I was making love to my wife and sparks were flying. I'm sorry. I just does any God doesn't punish the idiot the second time. I I do you guys feel any certain way about the people with a chip in them? Help me, Lord Jesus. I feel like I'm hypnotized. That is, I, uh, oh, let's move on. What has two wheels and flies? Guy in a wheelchair going over the side of a cliff. This one just happened yesterday, and it happened right here. It was all over the news yesterday. Mark McIntyre's here, and I'm glad I looked up to see that. This microphone came from Mark McIntyre, making a Mark photography. We're going to do a Zoom hopefully this weekend. If you live in this area, or know someone that needs a good photographer, Mark McIntyre. And thank you for this microphone. It's paying huge dividends, not only here on the lives, but the videos that I'm doing are very well received. And thank you, Mark. But yeah, Mark, you know about this. Justin Mohn, Mohn, Justin Mohn, 32 years old, Berks County, Pennsylvania. Yesterday, he beheaded his father. I don't mean to laugh. He chopped off his father's head. And there's motives, and I'm not going to get into all that. But the story is because he put the video on YouTube. Now, I know someone because they took it down, and there's a lot to this story. I don't know if anybody of you know this. This guy, Justin Mohn, beheaded his father and went on YouTube and put the video on. Now, someone I know actually saw the video before they took it down. It took 6 hours for him to take it down. And I'll get into that in a minute. But someone I know actually got the video and, has it or seen it. And he said the head looked like it was, decapitated a few days ago. So, I I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Justin, all you got to do is see his picture, and you can see he is batshit crazy. His father apparently worked for the government, and he's anti-government, and he's a Nazi. I don't know what Justin's going through, but he beheaded his father. And the reason I normally wouldn't do this story, but for those of you that don't know, I got kicked off of Facebook or off of YouTube on 2 different occasions. The first time I was kicked off for 3 days. And the reason I was kicked off was wasn't even one of my jokes. It was a blooper reel I put together. I later on got kicked off for 7 days for another blooper reel. And the young man that was talking about this on YouTube today, and I saw on the news right before I come on that they're looking into why it took YouTube 6 hours to take down this video of a kid holding its dad's head. I really have to see the video. Does that say? I don't know. I just it amazes me that video could be up for 6. I guess the reason I brought it up, the blooper reel that I did was up for a day and a half before they kicked me off for 7 days. So, what has 4 arms and 4 legs and generally doesn't work out? Marriage. I like this story. This is a good one. Elagio Regalado. I hope I'm pronouncing it right, Elagio. Denver, Colorado pastor. Now, I don't know a lot about crypto, but he apparently created a Bitcoin, the INDX coin, and he collected $3.2 million from his parishioners for this Bitcoin. And the coin was worthless, not worth a penny. So they arrested him. They arrested him, charged him and his wife, and he said that God told him to do it. Okay. 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 Does anybody have anything on that note? God told him God told him to make a fake Bitcoin, and I he collected 3.2 million, but he only spent like a million something. So I feel bad for those people. What is pink, hairy, and bleeds? Pig that gets hit by a tractor. Um, I always like YouTube will ban God next. Yeah, Mark, I don't know. Um, I always like sharing with you, you guys, the comments that I get. YouTube commenter. It says, it's in reference to my favorite band, Glory Hammer. I have to do this. I really like sharing the comments that I get with you guys because I have what 102 shows now. But on these shows, I like to share with you some of the things that people say to me. And for instance, I got up this morning. I couldn't sleep. I got up at like 3 o'clock, 3 a.m. And I looked at the computer. I actually came out and smoked a cigarette and put it in the computer. And there was all this love over on Reddit. I think it was R Weird. And they said, "You suck. Screw you, you bastard. Stop posting, you shithead. You boomer piece of shit." So now that was this morning. And I got to tell you, when you get up in the morning and you're having your coffee and you see all that love, makes that coffee taste great. But I wanted to share because there's two that I got that I really like. And the one, I swear to you, if I ever get to a point where I'm going to have an album or release a book or whatever, this person wrote, "This man should have caution tape on his mouth." And I thought about it. That would be so good to have a cover with me with caution tape over my mouth. That's true. But that's not my favorite. Hold on to something. This is my favorite comment that I got this week. It said, "Find a tree and get a rope." You gotta love that. You gotta love, you gotta love, you gotta love when someone tells you to find a tree and get some rope. Alyssa Milano, she was in a TV show years ago called Who's the Boss? And she was in a show called Charmed. And Alyssa Milano is worth about $10 million. And her husband is an agent of some big stars. So she's got some bank. And there was a backlash because this week, Alyssa Milano did a GoFundMe for her son's baseball team to go to Cooperstown. And she put up a $10,000 GoFundMe. And everyone was like, "Are you shitting me? You're worth $10 million." And you want us to hold on. There were 9,720 some dollars donated. People are dumb enough to I I want one of you to start a GoFundMe for Scotty T. My inhaler yesterday, they told me it's going to be $500 for my inhaler. But Alyssa Mulatto raised 9,720 some dollars, and I want to get his name right because I laughed out loud at this. I think it's Clay Travis from let me make sure I get it right. I gotta get this right. Clay Travis from what is it called? Outkick. Clay Travis from Outkick said, Alyssa Milano, I'm going to donate the last $720 to get your kid to go to Cooperstown. But there's one stipulation. I want all the little kids to wear MAGA hats. Now, if you don't know, Alyssa Milano hates Trump. I just thought that was so funny that she, yeah, yeah, yeah. I don't know if you know that YouTube commenter. I thought that was a great story. I thought that was so funny. He said, "Yeah, I'll give you the rest of the money." First off, I think it takes huge balls when you have $10 million and your husband's he represents all these agents, but you're doing a GoFundMe to get your kid to go to Cooperstown. Bullshit. Funny shit. Just stay tuned, Mark. And YouTube commenter, I got a couple nasty ones. Here's one for you. Someone said, "Why do you call your girlfriend PlayStation?" I said, "She just turned 5." This woman said to me, she said, "I want someone that's funny and spontaneous." I can't believe she called the cops when I showed up at midnight in a clown outfit. There's two back to back. The last one, I'm deciding if I want to do. Let me cover this last little bit. And last night I did the worst joke I've ever done in my life. I know Metal Jakester. I know you saw it. A friend of mine just saw Metallica. Yeah. Matter of fact, Yellow Feet, Purple Bananas just saw Metallica. I don't know, a while back. Anyway, let me move on through this. Tomorrow in Chicago, there's a new wing sauce, a marijuana infused wing sauce that they're putting out for the Super Bowl. I wrote it down here. I wish I could read it. It's what's it called? Good News, Big Game. Cresco collaborated. It's marijuana infused wing sauce. And I saw a thing on it last night. The idea is you get your wing and you dip it into this wing sauce, marijuana, and after like 2 bites, or it's like a micro edible. So, and they're saying, the Super Bowl that, if you have people that are, acting, have some wings and dip them in the sauce. Yeah, I went to the one in Detroit. I knew you did, Yellow. Anyway, that wing sauce is available in Chicago tomorrow. Again, Good News, Big Game, marijuana wing sauce. And I wanted to take a quick second because I have 2 Super Bowl stories. Next week's the Super Bowl. I'm not sure. I think I'm for the 49ers. I'm not really sure. But I have 2 Super Bowl stories. The first one, I had a Super Bowl party. I was living in Ellicott City, Maryland. And I had this Super Bowl party, and I made up this stuff called Goombay Smash. This I found out in the Bahamas. I went to the Bahamas, and they have this stuff called Goombay Smash. And it's 151 rum, coconut rum, pineapple juice, orange juice. You put it in a blender. And it's really strong. 151 rum. That shit, daddy. Well, I told them Don't drink too much. Oh man, tea, that stuff's really good. Well, long story short, hey Scotty, good to have you back. The one guy that kept saying how great the Goombay Smash was, he didn't make it to the kickoff. He was passed out before the game even started. So if you want to have a real good Super Bowl party, get a hold of something called the Goombay Smash. Are you going to the Hey, what are we talking? You guys are music people over here, not even listening to my shit. You couldn't care less. If I had feelings, I'd be hurt what you guys are doing over here. You know what? I might not do the last goddamn joke. You're making me so mad. Um, no, I'm kidding you. I'm glad to have you all here. We're 20 minutes in. I'm gonna do a last dirty joke. I think I'll do. I'm listening. I'm listening. Oh bullshit. Talking about Metallica. Yeah, you too, Metal Jake. I'm not helping you. Now you pissed me off. I have a really bad. Probably. That's why I said I think I'll do the long one and then I'll do the short one because I actually went to bed last night. I look close enough to. Now stop it, YouTube commenter. Stop it. Come to York, Pennsylvania. Uh, Last night I did this joke, and I'm going to do it for you live tonight. And this is true. I went to bed last night, and I was laying in bed, and I was laughing. Now I probably won't do it well, but and it's terrible. And I'm going to follow it up. This is like a terrible long joke, and then we're going to close the show with a terrible short joke. And Jacob, you saw this last night, I believe, on Instagram. And thank you to everyone at Instagram. Everyone at Instagram has been wonderful to me, and I appreciate it. There's a guy, a homeless guy. He's dirty, nasty, hasn't bathed for months, and he finds $50. So the first thing he does, he goes to the liquor store, and he buys a bottle of whiskey, and then he gets some crack cocaine, and he's sitting there drinking the whiskey and smoking his crack, and this prostitute comes up. And she says, "Hey," she says, let me take it. No, get out of here. She says, "Come on, let me hit your crack pipe." No. She says, "I'll tell you what, if you let me drink a little whiskey and hit your crack pipe, I'll give you a blowjob." All right. So they drink and they're drinking there and they're smoking some crack. They're having a good time. Finally, he says, "Hey, what about my blowjob?" So she gets down there. She's going to town. And she goes, "Buddy, your dick's not even getting hard." He said, "Yeah, I know, but it's getting clean." Now that is the worst because YouTube Shorts got a little annoying. That is the worst long joke I've ever done. Then, in other words, I have one. This is the worst short joke I've ever done. And I'm going to close the show with it. Before I do it, I'm going to say this. Please consider buying a coffee mug, a shirt, anything. They have tumblers. I would appreciate it. Help the hell out of me. Number 2, if you are on here now or you watch this back, I'm doing more and more Zoom meetings. I have one coming up this weekend. I've done Canada. I have 2 guys, one from Sweden, one from the UK. I did a girl from Africa. Mark's going to hopefully do one. If any of you want to do one, if you watch this and you want to promote something, the main thing is at the end of it, think of your comedy minute. What's your favorite, the funniest thing that ever happened to you? We don't even have to go long, but I want to get more and more people on here and tell me your comedy minute, whatever it is, whatever happened, whatever you fell, you saw somebody fall, something happened at work, somebody said something. It doesn't have to be a joke, it could be whatever. But yeah, I want to get more and more people to do the Zooms and mention your comedy minute or what you're doing. You can send me shorts too. All right, and YouTube commenter, let me make sure I thank everybody for being here. And then I'm going to do, I don't mean to build it up. Here's the set list. This last joke is so bad. I mean, it's as bad as, getting it clean. And Mark, you said you like that. Mark McIntyre, Making a Mark photography. Check him out. YouTube commenter, you and your brother Chris in Ohio are great. Metal Jakester, Jacob from Ohio. Human Tash and Scotty in California. Thank you so much. Yellow Feet, Purple Bananas. Happy belated birthday. The 27th was your birthday. She's also in Ohio. I don't think I missed anybody. I don't know who else was here. If I missed you, I apologize. Let me do this last joke and say goodnight. You just reached 11 subscribers. Good for you, buddy. All right, here we go. This is it. This is just awful. Awful. I feel bad. I haven't even done it yet, but I feel awful for saying it. What's worse than going down on your grandmother? Banging your head on the lid of the casket when you're coming up. Like I said, those are the, I know. Oh, it's terrible. And I love, yeah, that one, going down on your grandmother, banging your head on the casket, lid of the casket. Oh, God. Hey, thank you guys. Again, purchase a mug, a shirt, come on the live or do a Zoom. I thank you. I'll see you real soon. And have a great night. Thanks for your support. Please, beyond all that, comment, do what you can to help me out. I appreciate it. Have a great night.